All right, everyone. What we're going to do today is I'm just going to do a quick, just a how-to, do-it-your-own, risk, if you will, tutorial on how to get behind this plastic piece to remove the front-facing cameras and clean the glass behind there. I may do this in one take, probably not, just since I'm by myself, but I'll try to demonstrate the best I can on how to remove everything. And let's just go ahead and jump into it. So the first part you're gonna have to do is, it's gonna be a little hard to see here, but I'm sorry. Let's try to get this situated. Behind the mirror, there's gonna be a small plastic piece here that you're gonna have to take off. So you just go ahead and get your plastic pry tools, go between these two pieces of plastic and pry that off. We'll jump back into it when I get that. Okay, we're back at it. We got the piece off. Ideally, what you want to do is put the pry tool down here on the bottom, push out away from the mirror itself. It'll open a gap at the top, get your other pry tool on the top, and then you'll work these clips out, and it should pop right off. All right, the next step, I wouldn't suggest taking the mirror off on a side note. I would leave the mirror as is. Sorry about the light, it's dark outside. I would leave the mirror as is attached, because you're going to need that there. So what you're going to do is you're going to grab from underneath and you're going to twist counterclockwise, and what it's going to do is going to take the mirror off of the mount, off the top here, just like that. And I'll go ahead and disconnect the wire and we'll get back into it. All right, so you've gotten your mirror off. If this does come off from the back side of the mirror, two ways to do it. There's a metal ring in here that you can pop out with a flathead screwdriver, put this part back inside the mirror and then put the ring back in, or put this on a nice flat surface, put a towel on this end, and make sure you push down and it'll pop back in to the ball socket there. So discretion is up to you, however you want to do it. Now the next step, we'll go back to our pry tools again, and we're going to come up in the corners here. There's going to be a clip here and a clip here, two on each side, and we're going to take this piece off. All right. Now that we've gotten this part off on the front-facing camera assembly, what you're going to do is you're going to remove four torque screws. You're going to take this one out, the opposite one on this side, and these two in here. Let me get these wires out of the way. You're going to take this one here and this one on the other side. These four do not need to come out. These two are for the camera, and these two connect to the plastic part. So there's no need to go ahead and remove those. So I'll just do that. We'll just do it live on camera here just to show you. Taking these four screws out. Now you can do this with the car running or off. It's entirely up to you. I would like to have the car off when I unplug connections, just in case something weird goes wrong. But I've not had any issues with the car being on. It's gonna be a little tricky doing this last part here. Let me put the screwdriver down. Now this whole assembly will come out as one piece. There you go. Now you have access to the part of the glass that's hidden where the front camera assembly is, which is basically this part right here. You can see the three cameras, the felt. And just go ahead and take your cloth and get up in there, clean it up with your microfiber. And then you're just going to rinse and repeat, putting everything back together. I will say that this connector here needs to fall into this gap right here when you put it back together. Otherwise, this piece will have a hard time going back on. And I'll show you when it's all put back together. All right, this next part here, I've gotten the plate back on. I put the four screws back in, and now we're about to reattach the mirror. What you want to make sure is the cordage, the wires that are up in here are kind of tucked away nice and neat. You want to make sure that none of them are sitting around this mounting bracket, if you will, or plate. You don't have to worry about this one per se, because this is for your rear view mirror. So once we get the rear view mirror back attached to here, we'll go ahead and attach this, we'll dress it up, tuck it in, and then put the little cover plate back on. So we'll get back. All right, so as you can see, I've gotten the mirror back in place. We've reattached the wire that was connected to the rear view mirror. When I was putting this on, I wanted to tuck that cord back up in here, so you're going to have to kind of tuck it in place as you're turning this clockwise. You're going to grab on this part here, kind of use both your hands to move it, but as you see, I'm kind of moving it there, so you just want to click it back into place. Once you get it back in there, there's going to be two slots right here. There's a slot on this side, one on the other side, which corresponds to the grooves on this cover plate here. So you're going to want to match those up the best you can. It's going to be a little hard for me to do it holding the camera at the same time. And you're going to want to just push it into place. I think right on both sides there. And there you go. And there you have it. And that's how you take this off to clean your front-facing camera. Hope you all enjoyed the video. If you have any questions, you can hit it up in the post, or you can send me a direct message. Thank you.